Good evening, everybody. So myself, Yogesh Pawar, and my company is iPro 3D Technologies. We are into manufacturing, and we basically do 3D printing and help companies manufacture their products. But the journey I would like to mention more was right from my childhood, like how I have reached here after a big journey. So when I was a child, most children play with toys. I used to play for 2-3 days, and on the third day, out of curiosity, I was a curious child, I used to break it and see how it's working, what is it have a battery or a motor, and do something. And every electric car I would get, I would break it on the third day, remove the motor out of it, and make a fan out of it or something like. So I did that when I was. But later, parents thought that this is something weird he's doing. Like every time we get him a toy, he breaks it. So this is a problem. So later they thought that like now his child, when he grows up, it will change. So when I grew up, the things got much harder. I used to open every other thing I saw, like the bulb or something, or any other electric board. So that scared them. Like, this is really serious problem, what we should do. Because both of my parents are from medical background, they both are doctors. So they were like, what he would do if he continues doing this. So they never forced me to do anything, like be whatever you want. They never like imposed, like you should do this or that, nothing. But I always wanted to be a maker, or like out of curiosity, I never thought any toy or a product or an object as an object or a product or a toy. I always thought that how it is working, how it moves or everything. I had like curiosity, like can I do something to like make it run again or something. Sometimes when I broke the toy, I tried to put it back, but it was hard to put it back when I broke it in a very bad way. So on a later stage of my life, I understood that to do or to know how to put the toy back, I need to do engineering, because I saw some of my cousins doing engineering that time, and they would say, I see cars, I see engines, and I see all that. So that fascinated me. But at the same time, I saw a lot of people, they said that engineering is not good, why you should go. But I can proudly say I did my engineering by choice and not by force. So it might be shocking for some people, but it was by choice. And on the later stage, out of curiosity as well, whenever I saw some businesses or something, I always used to see that why I cannot do that. Like if anybody sells fruits, there are sugar factories here. In Maharashtra, you can see. So I always thought there might be some very PhD holding, like he has a PhD degree and all, and you need such big degrees to run a factory. But later I came to know the fact that politicians are running the factories, and most of them are uneducated. And so I thought, that's easy. So I to take an education for that. But I was wrong at that time. But it was just out of curiosity. But I came to know one thing, that you need to be curious and you need to know how to get things done to run something. So whenever I wanted to get some things done, I knew my ways how to get the things done. Like if I want a new toy to break, or if I wanted to learn something. So later that, I passed my 10th. I was, during my school, I was not on the topper or something. I was an average kid, but as I told you, I was curious also at that time. So I never thought that, I never thought on the positive side that why cannot I get good grades, because it didn't fascinate me like that. But I always knew that I would never do a job for anybody else. Rather than I would be a businessman, or I would be a politician at that time, because I wanted to do my own business and easy way. But later stage, I did my 11th, 12th. I got into engineering, and in engineering also, everything I heard before that was very fascinating, like engines and all and everything. But when you go into engineering, you see there are labs and the engines don't move. They are there to study. Like if you know, in medical hospitals, when you want to study a human body, it is a dead body. So in engineering also, it is a dead engine you have to study. And I thought I wanted to learn something that's working. So I started to learn more and more. I started to explore online as well, because that time it was very easy to get access to education, and I was never a classroom kind of studying kid. But when during my engineering final year project, I was doing means like we had some part we wanted to get manufactured during our final year project, but there was an issue. We wanted to get that part manufactured in plastics. So we thought that that's easy. We have so much industrial area nearby Aurangabad. We might go to any industry who is manufacturing plastic parts, and why not? We can get it. So being a student, we went there. We got some references from a college, and we thought that manufacturing 4 small parts is not a big task for an industry. Why not they would help to get us manufacture 4 small parts in plastic? So we got there. Being a student, we did not know about the economics of the manufacturing the plastic parts. So we came to know that for manufacturing even a single part, we would require to get a mold of around 50,000 for single part, and we wanted to manufacture 4 parts. So at that time, due to being a student, out of having no budget, we dropped that idea. We thought that, why don't we do something else? So we manufactured the same parts in metal, and we completed a project to get a degree out of it. But there was always one curiosity, which I always had from my childhood, that why can't we do it in plastics at a cheaper cost? So 3D printing technology is not very new. It was like invented or discovered in 1986, but it had some patents in it. So it was patented till 2012. And when I was in engineering, at that time the patent some patents started expiring. So technology got open to all. So at the same time I was searching online, why cannot we do that? So I searched, and I got to learn that there is something known as 3D printing. After that, there are different types of 3D printing technologies and all. So that was, I think, the magic wand what I got to when I discovered 3D printing, because with 3D printing, I can print anything I want. Like anything. The biggest dream is getting a 3D printer and printing a 3D printer itself out of it, and making like a farm out of 3D printers. But that was not the end. Once I got the 3D printers, I planned that why not start a 3D printing company in Aurangabad? Why always go to Pune, Mumbai, or somewhere abroad? So I searched, I got the machineries from abroad. That time, in India, nobody was manufacturing this type of machines. So we got the machines, we started it from Aurangabad. So the idea behind starting from Aurangabad was, many of the big companies who are right now in top big companies are from Aurangabad and started from here. And one more thing, with curiosity I got to learn in my life, was you need to have mentors. You need to have detachments with something you love. Because if you have some idea, because with 3D printing we can do anything you want, anything. Like you imagine it, we can print it. So we do a lot of stuff in engineering, medical. Like in medical, I can say, if you have a CT scan file, we can print the actual skull in plastic for you. We do that from here in Aurangabad. So that kind of things we are talking. Like you can just imagine, we can print your skull, we can print any of the bones you want. And you can keep it as a memento or give it to a doctor to study and examine. But that is one of the things we do. Also, one more thing I would like to say. Everybody here, has sipped the water from the bottles you have here, the Punya Aqua bottles. That prototype also we have done for that company. So it is good to see that whenever you have a company like this, which helps the design companies, enables them to make their ideas into products, it feels good. But during this process also, before starting the company and everything, after engineering, I did my 6 months job. The job I did was because when I wanted to start 3D printing in Aurangabad, my parents were like, we are doctors. We cannot help you into this. You are from engineering background. We are not into business and from a family background. You need to find your own way. Whatever you want to do, you do it. But first you do a job. Do a job not because you are not new to this field. Do a job because we want to get you married after some time, and if you don't have a job, you would not get married. That was their concern at that time. But I told them, let me do this because I was confident with the idea as well. But before starting also, we met some people from the industry, from doctors and all. So when they said that this is something out of the box he's doing and let him do, and he wants to do it from Aurangabad, why not support? So after that, I started 3D printing business from Aurangabad. But with that business, we enabled doctors, engineers, say what not, industry. Like after 4 years also from Aurangabad, we are most of the loved prototyping services in Aurangabad, in Maharashtra, in India, and in 4 countries like US, UK, Germany, and many more, I can say. But that journey was not easy because during I would like to share one more thing. During my engineering days, there is a company in Aurangabad, Varroc, you almost know, Tarang Jain sir. He had a guest lecture talk in a college. So I used to follow him a lot, like what he's doing, what not he's doing. So at that time, he had acquired one company abroad. And for the 3 years, the company was not doing profits also and not was in loss. It was running in no profit, no loss basis. So I had a chance to catch him during the talk and asked him, sir, what was your thinking behind this? You invested so much, the company was not making profit or loss at that time, but 3 years you didn't, what was your thinking, thought process at that time? The answer he gave me was, when you take a decision, you take it with such a confidence that you never have to look back. The decision is already taken. So this type of things I got to learn from my mentors. When I started my company, I had a few of the mentors from industry. So time to time, even if your idea is out of the box, you need hand-holding, you need mentoring for that. Because always during a thought process, there is you can say there is a blockage that stops you from thinking beyond. You get attached to a thing so much that you need to have someone so that you can detach from that idea if it's not working, if you are not thinking in the right direction or something. So I say that I was lucky enough to have such good mentors at that time. But I would also say I am not just only this. I might say I'm a selfish, I'm an opportunist as well. Because last year we did one product. We were reading news for COVID-19 from the previous December before the first lockdown. So we were knowing that there is COVID, it's happening all over the world. So being a 3D printing company, we did that, why don't we do face shields? Because India is a big country and there might be a market. But later, in January, February, we thought that we can wait because it's not all over the world. And don't know what would be the scope outside Wuhan. But we thought that this is something dangerous is going to happen. So in March, when the Prime Minister announced the Sunday, wait at your home, and on the next day they announced that there is a complete lockdown, just before he announced the wait at the home Sunday, we manufactured a small batch of face shields and we gave it to the doctors on Monday. So they thought that, yeah, this is something good. We needed it because right now we are facing that we do not have kits or something, and it is needed in every hospital out there, and the country did not have that much stock, but country had the capacity to import, to manufacture. We did that. On the next day, the power of social media, we made just a small post that at that time we could only manufacture 120 face shields per day. Second day, we got so much orders. We got calls from Kanyakumari, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Chandigarh, Gujarat. And on the second day as well, we got an advance like 2.5 lakhs in cash advance for a 6,000 face shield order, complete 100% advance. I have never met that guy. He never met me. We never had a call. He just sent me the money, he sent me the PO, and he said, I need this on the 6th day. So I met one of my mentors here from Aluje MIDC. He said that, see, I am from an automobile background. I have an injection molding shop, but my company is shut because the collector doesn't allow manufacturing companies to work. I told that this product, if you can manufacture through injection molding, we can do this. So we met him. We told that he has a shop for a machining shop where he can manufacture mold. And he told that this is my company. My company is not running. These machines are all yours. My labor is all yours. This is the mold. So in the company's history, if you want to do something and you really want it from heart and by passion, see how the things come into places. In the history of the company, the mold was manufactured just in 3 days. Usually the mold takes 15 days to manufacture. So that was possible because whole of the staff was only focused on manufacturing that single mold. Third day we got that mold manufactured. Fourth day we did the testing and first batch was manufactured. From the fourth day, our production capacity was from 120 face shields to 2,500 face shields. Over a period of time, we manufactured 30,000 face shields, but not only that, we donated most of the face shields, around 6,000 to 8,000 face shields, to Indian Army, to government hospitals, and whatnot, you can say. Because we thought, well, like, the learning from my life is we need to give something back to the country. After my engineering, I had a chance to go for MS. But I opted that I don't want to go for MS. I told my parent, I want to do this 3D printing business here in Aurangabad itself. I will do my post-graduation here in Aurangabad. I don't want to go to MS. I just want to invest this money in my business. If it fails, I'll do whatever you want. I'll do job. I'll do anything you want. So they supported me at that time. But education is also necessary. After my engineering, I did postgraduate diploma in additive manufacturing. And that is something I would like to share. Because when I started 3D printing business, I learned so much online. I did manufacture parts. But here, the industry, from the last 20 years, they are into injection molding. And they do not trust, like, a plastic part can be manufactured without a mold. So they are like, this is something rubbish you are talking that if you want to manufacture part, you need a mold. So, like, some people knew, they were not giving comments like that. But most of the people, we had to educate them, like, this type of technology can help you manufacture parts. When we proved the parts, then they got confidence. Yeah, this is something new, what we have learned, and we can do this. So this type of learning curves are also there. But you never stop yourself from thinking out of the box, and never stop your creative thinking. Because after face shield, we did oxygen concentrator last year. This August, we launched it at the hands of the health minister of Maharashtra. But I would like to say never stop. Never stop your hunger for innovation or something new or anything. And never stop your education. Like learning everything, like continuous process. It is a continuous process. And being in 3D printing was I think the cherry on the cake, which helped me to do or to help other companies innovate every day. And I was some of the part of that thing to develop a product or develop a skull or developed a gift item, there was a packaging product, or develop whatnot. In medical, there are a lot many things. In packaging, also a lot many things. But always understand that whenever you think of something new, you do a survey or anything, and mentors are very necessary, what I felt out during my life, because they help you, I can say the word, catalyze your out-of-the-box thinking. They always catalyze it. So you can always like rely on them, but it's not compulsory. You always listen to them. So there is an instinct which you need to follow, and I would like to close on this, that what Steve Jobs said, be hungry, be foolish, and never be less on the appetite of innovation, idea, and creating something new. So thank you. And I would like to thank the team here who invited me. Also, Lomesh, Hetal ma'am, and Anushka for being in the continuous coordination with me. Due to some emergency, I was not able to be in the continuous touch, but thank you for bearing with me, and thank you for bearing with the audience. Thank you.